I want to be a career mentor. One is to give back to UNC, and the second is to get to know the first-year class. In the year that I've been at UNC, I have been exposed to more opportunities than I ever expected, and many of which I wouldn't have either known about or not been able to take full advantage of had it not been for the second-year class. Of those opportunities, probably the biggest is the interview process and the caliber of companies that UNC exposes us to. When I first came to UNC, I had no idea what consulting was. But as I learned more about it and decided to go after it, I leveraged the second year class, and the help from them poured down. I continue to be in awe of what an impact they had on my success and on defining and helping me decide where to go. I want to be able to help the first years in the same way that the second years helped me. And it's a difficult process, and you need people that have gone through it to help guide you. So I want to be a part of that. The second reason, getting to know the first year class, undeniably one of UNC's biggest strengths is the community, and a part of that community is an incredibly diverse and talented group of people. In this last year, I think I truly began to appreciate all the value that diversity and talent brings, not only to school projects and careers, but just to your life. Getting to know people from all over the world and all different career backgrounds, I've truly enjoyed doing, and I want to be a part of that community with the first years and involve them in the second year community as well. And I think that being a career mentor is a good way to achieve that.
Hi, my name is Kmiec, and I'd like to be a career mentor because when I arrived at school, I had some idea of what I wanted to do, but I had no idea what really went into the recruitment process or what it took to actually land a job. And I don't think without the help and guidance of my career mentor, I would have been able to successfully navigate the recruiting process and receive an internship offer. So now, after many recruiting events and lots of applications and lots of interviews, I'm looking forward to being able to pass on some of what I learned in my experience in order to help first years successfully reach their career goals in the same way that my career mentor helped me. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Meyer. I grew up in the Tampa, Florida area. I did my undergraduate degree at the University of Florida. Prior to joining Keenan Flagler, I spent 3.5 years in SunTrust Bank's commercial banking group down in South Florida. As a first-year MBA student, I interviewed for 9 different internship positions, 5 of which were with consulting firms. And I'll be joining PwC's Financial Services Consulting Group this summer in New York. The primary reason why I'm pursuing the Career Mentor program is because I really enjoy helping others succeed. I personally put a substantial amount of time and effort into the internship recruiting process, and I think through that process I learned a lot of best practices and techniques that I'd like to communicate to next year's first year class. Just to mention a few of the things that I think I can be beneficial in communicating, I would say suggested contact frequency with employers, career search organization techniques, firm-specific recruiting advice, case interview prep, and useful case interview resources. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to potentially working as a career mentor in the fall.
Hi, I'm Kristin, and I look forward to serving as a career mentor for the upcoming first year class. As a dual degree student between the Business School and School of Public Health, I've had the unique opportunity to go through the internship process twice. I targeted consulting internships both summers and successfully secured one my second year. As I certainly improved on my approach to the process over the 2 years, I hope to share what's helped me be successful and help you land your first choice interview. To tell you a little bit more about my background and who I think can benefit most from working with me, I came from a non-traditional business background. My undergraduate majors were biology and psychology, and my education was geared towards pre-med. I had never taken a finance, accounting, or any business-related course prior to coming to Kenan-Flagler. Additionally, my work experience was all clinical, as I worked at Massachusetts General Hospital, running clinical research trials, working in the clinic with doctors, patients, and researchers. As you can imagine, the transition to consulting was a big leap, but it's definitely possible. I utilized just about every resource available at Kenan-Flagler when it came to getting jobs, and found ways to leverage my experience and dual degree to differentiate myself and demonstrate my unique interest in healthcare throughout the recruiting process. So for those of you out there making a career switch or that have a very specific interest in mind, I can certainly help you get on the right track and utilize this to differentiate yourself throughout the process. I look forward to working with some of you this fall.
Hi, my name is Hubert Paul. I was born in Saudi Arabia, but I grew up in the States, in Colorado and New Jersey, and recently, before school, was in finance in New York City for about 5 years, but came to Kenan-Flagler to transition into consulting and was luckily able to secure a summer internship with Deloitte this summer. But I'm looking forward to hopefully becoming a career mentor and helping the next class, because I got great career advice from my career mentor, and I look forward to paying it forward as well in terms of the casing, helping you develop your own frameworks and building up your math skills for cases, as well as developing behavioral matrices to help build your stories for behavioral questions, because that's just almost as important as the casing questions for consulting interviews. And also just got great advice and tips on how to really give good feedback on resumes and cover letters, and how to structure that well beyond the resources that Kenan-Flagler already has, and helping you be as successful as possible for your future work and finding your summer internship. And finally, I held a leadership position at the consulting club as a career track director. So I was fortunate enough to be able to build a really good network with over 10 different consulting firms, and taking those specific relationships beyond just company info sessions and building those relationships into having them become champions for my cause at their firm. So certainly was really happy with how my internship process went. I was able to secure multiple offers, and happily was able to get that Deloitte offer, but I look forward to helping others as well. So just happy to help and pass along all the great advice and the tips I learned along the way. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Parisa. Here at Kenan-Flagler, my concentrations are consulting, operations management, and post-clinical care. This summer, I'm going to Deloitte for a strategy and operations division at Kmiec office. My background is in mechanical engineering. I also have 2 other master's degrees, one in mechanical engineering and the other in information management and hospitality. I have worked for different industries such as oil and gas, energy, hospitality, and education. Just before the school, I worked for Meyer International in Bethesda, Maryland. I think that I can be a great career mentor because I was in U.S. job market 3 times before. And if you're interested in different work functions such as consulting, operations, and many other things, I can help you to design to plan A and get your goal. Have fun.
Hi, my name is John Stanley. Really looking forward to meeting you guys all next year. To give you guys a little bit of information about me, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. Went to school at University of Virginia undergrad, where I majored in commerce with concentrations in both finance and accounting. Upon graduation, I took a role with Wells Fargo Advisors, took a corporate relocation out to St. Louis, Missouri, worked there for 4 years, doing traditional corporate finance responsibilities before coming back to grad school. When I was at UNC, I really thought I knew what I wanted to do long term with my career, but I ultimately changed my focus about 3 times to focus on 3 different specialty areas. And throughout it all, a very stressful process, but my career mentor was fantastic. He really helped me get a good handle on what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be, and put me in touch with some fantastic second years that had interned there before, so I could get a great insight into what the process was like for interviewing and also what it was like to work there over the summer. Looking forward, I'm really hoping to pass along that information and that knowledge that I've gained to the incoming class so that I can help you guys get to where you want to be for the summer, and so you guys can have fantastic experiences and ultimately do the same for the class that comes after you. One more time, my name is John Stanley, and I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you guys next year.
Thapar. As an undergrad, I majored in civil engineering from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, India. And after that, I started working as a professional blogger for a couple of months, and then shifted to the most exotic of all industries known to mankind, information technology. I worked for Tata Consultancy Services for a total of 5.5 years, 5 of which I spent in Australia working for an airline client. And now as an IT consultant, I enjoyed helping people solve their problems. And most of them actually revolved around have you switched it off and switched it on. But I think that this position to dispense advice has stuck with me, and that might be one of the reasons I am interested in being a career mentor. But another reason, and I think the more pertinent one, especially for you, is that I believe that after going through multiple iterations of seeking answers to questions such as how to approach networking, how to prepare for my case interviews, and how to deal with my academics, I have garnered some insights which I believe would have been helpful to me had I known them before starting the great balancing act of my MBA. So in a way, it's a hypothesis. And if you're, again, interested in consulting, you know that if you have a hypothesis, the next thing you do is test it. And I think this, being a career mentor, gives me a chance to test it, along with also helping people who might be wondering about similar questions, and giving back to the Kmiec Flagler Business School Career Mentor Program, which had also helped me immensely during my internship search. So I hope I'm of some help, and more importantly, I hope to get to see you soon during this fall. Welcome, and thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Wisniewski, and I'm applying to be a career mentor for next year. I will be a second-year MBA student. A bit about myself. I did my undergrad and master's in accounting from Michigan State University. From there, I worked in Chicago for about 5 years. First starting out in public accounting, working for KPMG for a couple of years, doing external audits. From there, I worked for United Airlines, internal for a while, internal audits, doing audits internationally and domestically. And then most recently, before coming back to business school, I worked for a small valuation and investment banking firm that specialized in private company and middle market. Ultimately wanted to come back to get my MBA to make a transition in consulting. I would like to be a career mentor, and I think it'd be a great career mentor for several reasons. I really had a great experience coming here to Kmiec Flagler. I had a great career mentor myself who helped me out tremendously. So I'd like to give back to that, give back in a similar way. I really enjoy working with people and in helping them achieve their goals. I personally have successfully gone through the process, interviewed with several firms, companies in different industries. While my main focus was on consulting, I also explored some options in corporate finance as well as investment banking, and feel that that contrast and those perspectives would definitely help anyone going through the process. Additionally, my background, given that I've worked at a large advisory firm or accounting firm, to corporations or even a smaller firm, I can give more additional perspective on what it's like to work for those organizations and what some things that they're looking for. So, thanks for listening. Hope to see you in the fall.